Right, Shalom, Meshuala. When it starts off as always by giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, double honors to Apostle GMS, and honors to brothers that are doing the work in truth, while sincerity. I was just watching the latest series from the Apostles, sit down, and wanted to get into this topic once again from something that was said, because we know the statistics about the so-called black women, but the Spirit had me look up the statistics on the quote-unquote Hispanic woman, right? And I'm reading this from abort73.com, and it basically puts the number of abortions for for Israelite women at around 55%. Right, when you add up these, CDC, etc., for Hispanic women, 20.6% for the CDC, whereas this other institute puts it at 25%, and that's for Hispanic women, whereas it's 35% for black women, according to the CDC. And the Guttmacher Institutes put that at 30. So all in all, it's around 55%. Yet when you total up the population, they make up less than 30% of the population, right? And the joke is this is on incomplete data because not all states have to release information about abortions. So this number could be significantly higher, right? And then there was a bit of there was an interesting, and we know this, as the majority of Planned Parenthood's abortion clinics are located in communities with minority populations. Now, because Esau at the end of the day is a fucking devil and he's trying to get rid of you Jakes. And yet Jake wants to hold hand in hand with Esau, say that Edomites can be saved. But that's not so. Esau doesn't look at you that way. Right, and if you know anything about Planned Parenthood, you know that it was, one of the founders was this damn devil, Margaret Sanger, who said this. This is, so this was from abort73.com. This is from dailysignal.com. It says, we do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. Right now, the Planned Parenthood tribe refute this claim, say this, that, and the other. Well, it's just been misinterpreted. But this goes hand in hand with all the other quotes that she says. She wanted to achieve a purer race. Right? And then from the same website, it's at the bottom of the you might want to read section. Just look at that. Here it is. Esau's making, $3,000 for, aborted baby brains and shit. Yet when you look up, it costs up to £1,500 for an abortion, but it's often less. So here it is, you're paying the devil $1,500, and then he's making several $1,000s from your aborted baby, man. Which is why the scriptures say this. This is Job 9:24, says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Now listen, it says, if not, where and who is he? This is the scripture saying, well, if it ain't the so-called white man, who the fuck is the devil, man? Who is it? Who does that? He charges you for you to commit sin and kill your own damn baby. And then he makes even more money from it. Right, when I was still in school, I remember in religious education class, one of the things was, well, is the Bible up to date? This, that, and the other, right? Does the Bible account for things in our time? Well, yes, it does, because abortion is spoken of in the scriptures. Maybe not abortion so much so, but the whole case behind it, in that if a woman has a baby and she's pregnant and the baby dies, there is a penalty for that. If it was, so it says Exodus 21:22 says, if men strive and hurt a woman with child so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall surely be punished, according as the woman's husband will lay upon him, he shall pay, as the judges determine. And if any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life. Evil, mischief, harm, hurt. So basically, if the baby dies, thou shalt give life for life. So according to the scriptures, it doesn't matter if the baby's in the womb or not. It's alive. You know, Esau tries. That's why Esau likes the term fetus, because it desensitizes people. Because when you say, "Oh, you killed a baby," you know, immediately people get emotional. But when you say fetus, oh, it's not alive. Well, the scriptures say differently, man. It says Lamentations 4:3 says, even the sea monsters draw out the breast, they give suck to the young ones. The daughter of my people is become cruel. And you see that with these statistics, man, 55% of all abortions, yet they only make up 30% of the population. You know, now we know that some of these quote-unquote African Americans might be tares, and we know that some of these Hispanics might be tares. We also know that in this 36% of quote-unquote whites, you're going to have Israelites among them, because Israel's at the side of the sea and were mingled among all nations. So really and truly, the amount of Israelites being aborted, yes, through the roof, man. And as we saw in one of our quotes, I mean, as we saw later down here, it was put in all the neighborhoods where Jake is at. Right, this is Wisdom 12:5 says, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh, and the feasts of blood. Now, you can apply that to these damn women committing all these fucking abortions, man. Right, so, verse 4, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices. You know, brother always goes in on how these fucking abortions are just witchcraft and sacrifices, man. This Amos 9:10 says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which shall say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Man, you Jakes are wicked as hell, man. For you to be doing that shit. Hey man, there was a case over in England where one geezer, the bitch wanted to keep the kid, and the geezer fucking beat the kid to death while it was still in her womb, man. You niggas and you nigger women are all wicked, man. You're all fucking wicked, man. This is Deuteronomy 28:56. It's one of the curses, and it says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which will not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground, for delicateness and tenderness her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, so much so that she doesn't even let them come out of her womb. Sometimes she gets an abortion just to spite the man, just to spite her husband. You know, but Nate wants his kingdom to go on. These people want this kingdom to go on. There's nothing good here. The scriptures say that this is not our rest. You know how the scripture, which I can't really think of at the top of my head, but yep, no, I don't remember what it was. This is Ecclesiastes 8:11 says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. And that's evident and plain, because if a woman committed an abortion and then she got judged for it there and then, no one would carry on doing that. But you know, you've got women that have bodies on them, man. They got graveyards in their vaginas, and they walk around, and then they try and move to you like they're something. You know, that their heart is fully set to do evil. right? But you know, the scriptures say that the Most High is can't remember it verbatim, although I'll bring it out. I think it may have been, is that Micah 1? Or was it Nahum 1? Yeah, I mean, Nahum 1 and 3 says, Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all equip the wicked. Yahweh hath his ways in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. And you know, a lot of you Jakes, no, 2/3 of you Jake, the majority of you Jake are wicked as well, man. Scriptures say ye are of your father the devil. And that's referring to you Israelites, man. Because whatever Esau does, you get on with it. Hey man, if you're from certain areas, certain people, even just the talk of abortion, you get looked at sideways. But then you come to the West, you come to America, and Jake, you're doing it like it's nothing. The statistics agree with that. So I don't want to make this too long. So that, death to this kingdom, man. Shalom.